Call to order, 7:03, January 27th, Tuesday. First in-camera session, none. Treaty and land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we are signatories of Treaty 5 and that we reside in the traditional territory of the Nisichawaya Cree Nation. The school district of Mystery Lake is located in the community of Thompson in the province of Manitoba. Manitoba is located on the traditional and ancestral lands of the Niito Innu Cree, Denisunlin Dene, Métis Inuit, Asininu Oji Cree, Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, and Dakota Oyata Dakota nations. The school district of Mystery Lake remains committed to honoring treaties in the spirit of truth and reconciliation. We are all treaty people. I think we have a full house today. I hear no regrets, no absences. Can I have someone move that we accept the agenda for tonight, our approval of the agenda as circulated? Trustee Young, seconded by Trustee Nicholsaw. Are there any changes or amendments? Trustee Sharker, what you got?
Finance Committee recommendation and Westwood Insurance towards a Westwood Purses Fund.
Okay, so 11.5, we have the Finance Committee recommends a motion to direct interest funds towards the purchase of a Westwood bus. Okay. Okay, can I have someone move that we accept that amendment? Vice Chair, seconded by Trustee Humby. All those in favor? Okay. Accepted. Can I have someone move that we already moved. Okay. All those in favor of accepting the agenda for tonight? Okay, seeing no objections, moved and approved. Adoption of the minutes. We have before us the minutes from January 13th. You've had them there for your perusal. Can I have someone move that we accept the minutes from last meeting? Trustee Nicholsaw, seconded by Trustee Sharker. Any amendments or changes to the last minutes? Hearing none. All those in favor of accepting the last minutes? 5.2, Committee of the Whole meeting minutes. We have before us the recommendation that the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting of the Board of Trustees held on January 13th, 2026 be adopted as circulated. Can I have someone so move? Trustee Young, seconded by Vice Chair. Any comments or amendments to the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor? Carried. Item number 6, delegations and presentations, none. Item number 7.1, for the business from the previous board meeting. 7.1, Winter Games invitation, 2 SDML reps.
This is for the opening reception, opening ceremonies, and closing events as well.
Right. So do we have two of our members who would like to volunteer for the Sunday, March 1st opening at the Birdwood Curling Club, 6 o'clock?
I will, pending my work schedule.
Okay. Trustee Anderson?
Okay.
Is there a second person? Trustee Sharker, are you willing to go? Okay.
Who's the date?
It looks like Sunday, March 1st. There's a 6 o'clock at the Birdwood Curling Club, a reception. I assume we're invited. And then the opening ceremony is at 7:30.
And then there's the closing on Saturday.
Yeah, so we'll go if nobody else wants to go to the Sunday, for the Saturday, March 7th, there's 2 positions also, 12:30 p.m. at the Birdwood Curling Club, and again, 2 o'clock at the Nesbitt for closing reception.
I'll do that as well, pending.
Okay, Trustee Anderson, anybody else? I don't mind going myself. I'll go to the,
I don't mind going, I just can't commit right now until I look at my.
okay, how about you and how about the 3 of us, 2 of us will go?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about the 3 of us. Yeah, we'll be tentative. If
Yeah.
you want to go, then I'm fine. That's,
We have until February 1st.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Item number 8, Superintendent Report.
I've provided you with a written report, just highlighting some of the meetings I've attended and some of the initiatives that are going on in human resources area. Carrie Schultz completed her, she went to Calgary for me to the career fair. And she was there when it was really cold, so the toques and mitts were a big hit. She did a fantastic job. I've actually been in contact with 2 folks that expressed interest in coming to Thompson. I'm going to interview one probably next week. Yeah, Kelly Scallion is currently, well, I don't know if she got out of Halifax. There's been some storms in Toronto, and I think her flight was, connecting. Although I haven't got an extensive update from her. I did receive a resume today from somebody she spoke to there, and I've actually got 2, so she did, and she interviewed, I think, 4 or 5 people. So the one candidate is being interviewed at the high school, I think this week, for a job, and I don't know how she sold us, but that gal that I talked to on the phone was super excited about coming here, so yeah, excellent. I'm currently working on performance appraisal for the assistant superintendent as part of the contractual obligation. It was the 6 months, there had to be a performance appraisal completed. And I've submitted the newly updated School District Administrator Lake Code of Conduct and BIM procedure to the province. The updated procedure followed guidelines from the Safe and Caring Schools document, the Provincial Code of Conduct Policy Directive. And we'll review that particular document at our next policy committee meeting. So, is there any questions?
Any questions for the superintendent? Hearing none. Item number 9, assistant superintendent report.
So I did provide a written report, although it's not uploaded into there, so we'll get that fixed up. So a number of meetings, I was in attendance, a few of the highlights. So I was one of the 3 people who represented the School District of Mystery Lake at the province's first Artificial Intelligence Education Summit that was held in Winnipeg just a couple of weeks ago, on the 16th, I believe. Which brought together kindergarten to grade 12 and post-secondary leaders, educators, and industry partners to explore how AI can be used productively and responsibly in classrooms. The summit featured Sinead Bovell as our keynote, who is a strategic foresight advisor and founder of a tech education company called Way. Her keynote was titled Architecting Education for an AI First World, and she talked about insights for a path ahead, available supports, and next steps that Manitoba educators will need to consider as the province prepares students for a future shaped by AI and other technologies. Then the 3 of us that attended divided and conquered, so we all went to different breakout sessions. I went to 2 sessions led by Dr. Tom D'Amico, who was the former Director of Education for the Ottawa Catholic School Board. He outlined steps for AI implementation in a school division, as well as discussions about how to guide and instruct students on ethical use and examples of how it can be incorporated cross-curricularly. Our next step as a district will be to look at where we're headed with respect to the use of AI, and I'll be forming an ad hoc committee to develop a plan for implementation. We also had our TTA president, Sean, organized a presentation with MTS staff officers Sasha Epp and Tammy Hodgins, rector. This was attended by all of our school administrators, a few TTA executive members, and myself. The workshop topics included teacher competency standards, progressive discipline, hiring, accommodations, knowledge, values, and practice, as well as legislation in particular to workplace safety and health. The end of the workshop was always particularly interesting because they went through a few scenarios with us, as well as some Q&A. So big thanks to our presenters for coming to Thompson. It's always nice when people can come to us, and to Sean for organizing that professional development for our group. And I also got a chance to meet with Zello, which is a program that our junior high and high school students use as a career and college readiness tool. So I hadn't had much chance to explore that program until last week when I had a meeting with our support person from Zello. So that tool helps students with their future readiness planning. They look at 3 main pillars: learning about who you are, they start exploring options, and beginning planning for your future goals. So all of our schools are using Zello to help students. learn what possible careers might interest them and what paths they have to take to achieve that. I was able to trial the program and review various reports that are available about what interests our students. The platform also allows students to explore various career options, including areas of apprenticeship, vocational, and military. The data tool is useful for students, families, and schools, and it provides a lot of valuable information so students can make informed decisions regarding their futures. So parents are able to log in as well and see their own individual students' progress through that program. So
Is that
it's-
in replace of career cruising?
Correct.
Okay.
Career cruising was what we used quite a few years back.
Yeah.
This is kind of the new platform. And that's my report.
Any questions for Assistant Superintendent?
I was just curious about the Zello program. Is that only used when they're in junior high, or do they take another peek at it in like 11, 12?
Sorry, junior high is the start, so 7
Okay.
and 8. And then Mr. Fricker uses it in a few courses at the high school. So it depends what courses you're in. It could be expanded, but right now that's kind of who does it.
Yeah, my question is similar. Do you know if it's used at the college level?
I don't know about our local college. I know some
Or
places use
UCN
it.
not, but I'm wondering if Red River or ACC use it.
Not sure.
Because I've been kind of pushing it at UCN, but they're kind of reticent right now. But I think if it's useful for at the grade 11, 12, maybe for incoming
for
students,
sure.
it would be useful too. Yeah.
Yep.
But I've not sat down and looked at it, so. Okay, super. That AI summit, do we have the AI yet capable of outsourcing Paul's sticky notes? You know, are we there yet? Yeah, pretty close.
On the cutting edge.
Well, I'm anticipating that. Item number 10, Secretary Treasurer's Report.
Included in your packages is the expenditures as of January 21st, 2026. We are 45.6% through the school year, and our expenses are tracking nice on plan at 45.3%. Year-to-date expenditures is $23,832,167. No surprises at this time. Things, our staffing is on plan, which affects the outcomes there. On our financial dashboard, we remain with a forecasted June 30th undesignated operating surplus of $1,883,059. I expect in the next week or two, when we receive our provincial funding announcement, we will also receive our in-year funding adjustment, which if it is excessive, we can utilize some of the surplus to address that shortfall of revenue. In prior years, we've been very good at forecasting or anticipating those types of revenue adjustments. So hopefully this year is also the same. The breakfast and snack programs from our local donors, we have spent 14.48% this year, $21,017. The total available for the year is $145,120. That's all I have at this time for finances. Is there any questions?
Any questions for Secretary Treasurer? Hearing none. Moving to the 10.2, are you finished? You want to?
I have just a brief update on Westwood School
Yep.
update, just for the public. We've been working a lot of hours behind the scenes with the insurance adjusters and Stantec, our design team. We have the topographical surveys and the geotechnical investigations have all been completed that is required prior to the design and the tender development. Schematic design of the facility has been reviewed and approved. The design development, we just had our 4th meeting yesterday afternoon, and We are anticipating construction documents at the 66% stage, which would allow us to have a schedule, a Class B proposal prepared. That should be completed by the end of March. Once we have the Class B completed, it will go out both to insurance as well as to an independent consultant for preliminary costing of the project to give us a gauge as to where we can expect the tenders to come in at. And then we will have the full 99% design and tender construction package completed by the end of April, early May, to be able to start construction in the last quarter. So I was able to get the designers to provide us a rendered drawing of the anticipated school. And we just want to remind the public that the district is committed to rebuilding Westwood Elementary School, and we anticipate a September 2028 opening. So we will place on our district webpage just the progress that we've made, some of the high-level milestone timelines, and a picture of the rendered drawing for everyone. So just a little heads up of where we're at. We've been pretty quiet on it, but there's been a lot of background work. So.
And I know there's been a lot of people asking in the community. I mean, I know there's been some rumors that
it's not going.
It wasn't going to be rebuilt and stuff.
The
so.
province has just recently announced building of 4 new schools. The building of Westwood School is not a provincial funded project, so it is not part of the provincial announcements that come through the news releases. This is an insurance rebuild, so it is being run totally by the district.
That may be where some of the confusion came in. So when it was announced through the province, they didn't see Westwood. Well, yeah, Westwood's not considered a new build, it's a rebuild. Yeah, so I think that's maybe where things started.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
We were very fortunate. Mother Nature was very good to us through October, November with the minimal snowfall, and we were able to get the surveying and topographical all completed. It really helped continue with the design and the landscaping department. So it's coming along.
It's exciting. It is. And it's good to hear that the architects, I remember when we met with them in the fall term, they forecasted a March that it would be the process that would be done. And it's good to hear it's still on timeline for that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, any questions for Kelly on that? Okay, hearing none. 11, new business. We have 11.1, procedural bylaw 0226, second reading. The procedural bylaw establishes rules of procedure for the guidance of the school board and conduct of its meetings. 3 readings are required for substantive bylaw revisions. Revisions to Section 3, meetings of the board, Item 1, along with Section 7, duties of the chair or vice chair, Item 3C, have been provided by the policy committee. The document has been circulated with markups containing the proposed revision. First reading of the procedural bylaw update was passed at the last regular board meeting held January 13th, 2026. So we have before us the recommendation from the policy committee that procedural bylaw 0226 be given a second reading for the revisions to Section 3, meetings of the board, Item 1, and Section 7, duties of the chair or vice chair, Item 3C. And if you recall, last meeting we had a discussion around these. Can I have someone so move that we have the that we go forward with the recommended motion? Trustee Nichols-Saw, seconded by Vice Chair. Any discussions around the recommendation? Okay, the motion before us is there. All those in favor? Okay. Seeing no opposition? Carried. 11.2, procedural bylaw 0226, third reading. The procedural bylaw establishes rules of procedure for the guidance of the school board and conduct of its meetings. 3 readings are required for substantive bylaw revisions. Revisions to Section 3, meetings of the board, Item 1, along with Section 7, duties of the chair or vice chair, Item 3, Charlie, have been provided by the policy committee. The policy committee recommendation is that procedural bylaw 0226 be given third and final reading for the revisions to Section 3, meetings of the board, Item 1, and Section 7, duties of the chair or vice chair, Item 3, C or charting. Can I have someone so move? Trustee Young, seconded by Trustee Sharker. Any last comments or concerns before we vote? All those in favor? Okay, seeing no opposition, carried. Item 11.3, trustee travel. The 2026 Manitoba School Boards Association Convention is being held in Winnipeg on March 19th and 20th at the Delta Hotel in Winnipeg. Trustees Sharker and Nicholsaw are requesting permission to attend this event. We have before us the recommendation that Trustees Sharker and Nicholsaw that their request to attend the 2026 MSBA Convention in Winnipeg on March 19th and 20th be approved. Can I have someone so move? Vice Chair, seconded by Trustee Humby. Any comments or concerns? Seeing none, all those in favor? Okay. Carried.
The 2026 MSBA Convention is being held in Winnipeg on March 19th and 20th at the Delta Hotel in Winnipeg. Chairperson Warner is requesting permission to attend this event. The recommendation is that Chairperson Warner request to attend the 2026 MSBA Convention in Winnipeg, March 19th and 20th be approved. Do I have a mover? Trustee Sharker? Do I have a seconder? Trustee Humby? All in favor? Carried.
Thank you, Michelle. Correspondence, we have 12.1, Manitoba School Boards Association. The first item, sorry, what did 11.5. Our new business, the addition. Thank you, MD. New busy, 11.5. The Finance Committee has before us a recommendation with a motion to direct interest funds towards the purchase of a Westwood school bus. Kelly, do you have a motion for us?
The motion is that interest earned on insurance funds be directed to a bus purchase for Westwood student transport up to $250,000. Some background on this motion coming
Maybe
forward.
before, we'll move and approve,
Okay.
move and second it first, and we'll discuss.
Okay.
Can I have someone so move we entertain the motion? Vice Chair, seconded by Trustee Young. All those in favor?
Well-
Oh, no, whoa, we'll discuss first, then we vote. Okay, sorry, I jumped the gun. Okay,
Okay, so we had a total loss of Westwood School July 24th, 2024. Our insurance coverage covers 18 months of additional expenses. Busing of students is classified as an additional expense. So on January 23rd this week, the insurance coverage for the student busing has stopped. We are now, the division is now responsible for transporting those students, and we've been utilizing first student contract. The cost of a first student contract is just in excess of $250,000. So the Finance Committee is bringing forward the recommendation that we purchase the buses. We have funds in our surplus line for transportation strategy for Westwood students because we knew this expenditure was coming up last year. We were aware of the shortfall of insurance. But in addition, we're also earning interest on the receivable on the interest funds that we're holding for our bill. By redirecting and purchasing the buses in the short term for the next 2 years to transport the students, we will not have to redirect those funds into first student. It will be into bus purchases, and then once the Westwood School is rebuilt, we will sell those buses, which will be very marketable with low mileage on them to other school divisions or what have you. And the proceeds from the sale of those buses will go into the Westwood School Building Fund. So we won't be just contracting a service and having nothing in return. There will be a little funds available to go back into Westwood School. So we do have the one bus already identified in our surplus line. The second bus will come from the interest that's been earned on the proceeds for Westwood School.
any questions or comments? We talked about this in the Finance Committee. And I think we did discuss it last meeting.
It's, I forgot to put the item on the agenda. We've got a lot of stuff on business.
Any discussion? Okay. Hearing none. All those in favor? Oh, yeah, right. Okay, carry. Good. All right. 12, correspondence. We've done all the business, right? Okay. Manitoba School Boards Association. We see there a memo about the provincial bargaining. The most important takeaway from this is that the MSBA is looking for trustee participation in teacher provincial collective bargaining. As a reminder, the MSBA is asking that we ask the trustees, those interested in putting their name forward to sit on the collective bargaining team, the applications for the provincial table team be submitted by this Friday, on Friday, January 30th, 2026. And it's not, my understanding is the board does not need to put the name forward. The individual trustee can decide to put their name forward.
The board, you have your board's support.
Oh, okay.
You will need to show their interest and the board will approve, like as others.
Yeah, trustees who apply should demonstrate that they have the support of their school board. So if somebody wants to put their name forward, it'd probably benefit to have a motion supporting them today. So let's put that on the floor. Does anybody have an interest to put their name forward to sit on the collective bargaining team? It would be a significant time commitment too, I think.
I sat on the trust as a superintendent. It was, all my meetings were, like, I was invited to go down, but I did them via Zoom. It wasn't that bad of a time commitment.
It is during the day, though.
It is during the day. They will be.
Yeah, they are during the day, yeah. I was doing Zoom meetings. They were, upwards of an hour, hour and a half, depending. But they were all during the day.
Yeah.
So another question, so how will you get the cost for the traveling, the staying, the school board or the?
Well, as Angel said, you can do it, if it's Zoomed, you can do it from here. I don't know how much you would need to be physically there.
Yeah. Where the time commitment is sitting on the actual table.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's the trust, but this is not the trust though, this is the actual,
Was this the bargaining table that they were?
this is the bargaining table. So I don't know if they would require,
Table team.
yeah.
Oh, table team, okay,
You
sorry.
actually have to be there.
They might
Yeah, no, that
like
would
you to be there.
yeah,
for
that would be significant. I sat on the trust and,
Yeah.
I mean, there were people that I knew that were on the
Yeah.
actual bargaining table and, yeah, that was a extensive time commitment. I thought they were just, because what they had done is they had put out for the trust and then from that trust, the group of people that sat at that table, they chose to sit at the bargaining table.
Yeah. So, in pursuant to what you asked, Andy, if you take a look at page 2 of that memo, it says, they will require significant investment of time.
Okay.
And must be available to meet the daytime. MSBA will provide those selected with the committee per diem and will cover the travel expenses. So, yeah, so it's not gonna come out of the district's.
It would be similar to how they
Manage their executive, I guess.
Probably so. I mean, I have not time myself. Any of you folks interested? It would be nice if someone from the north put their name forward. But
It's a conflict for me.
yeah, and I know most of us are already spread so thin, so.
No, how long you have to do that?
We need a retired trustee.
Yeah, we do. We do. Maybe in the October election, try to get a retiree to put their time forward, yeah. Okay. Nominations for the MSBA President's Council Award. We see there that the deadline has been extended to February 6th. Each year, as part of the general meeting, the association proudly recognizes exemplary service, innovative thinking, and personal initiative. So they've extended the deadline because we do need more nominations, and I'm guessing probably the North has very few nominations. So They're encouraging every division to submit nominations. When's February? We're not meeting again before the 6th, I already know. So if you take a look, the nomination deadline, the President's Council Award nomination form can be found on the website. I think it does not need to be the division that puts the name forward. It can be the individual. If you take a look, I want to think that it can be a teacher or a student or a parent. Those who are able to nominate someone, I think the categories they've made it pretty broad. So if you're interested in taking a look, especially if you're a teacher and you're interested in taking a look to nominate a colleague or some such, look at the President's Council Award at the MSBA website, and it just says, as a reminder, trustees and current association staff are ineligible, so you can't nominate me, but or any of us at the table. But I think students can nominate, parents can nominate teachers or EAs or any staff position, any educator in the system. So take a look. The e-bulletin for January 14th is there. The convention's coming up, and we have guest speakers. David Robertson is a guest speaker, and Negan Sinclair is a guest speaker. Okay. And then the executive highlights are there for your perusal as well. Okay, moving to item 13, committee reports. 13.1, Policy Committee.
Policy met on January 20th from 5 till 6. Our new business was that we had reviewed procedural bylaws section 8, which is public participation at board meetings. There were no changes. We reviewed section 9, news media services at board meetings, no changes. We reviewed board policy 8, board statement of integrity, no changes recommended. And we reviewed policy 9, code of conduct and sanctions. No changes were recommended, and our next meeting is to be determined.
Any questions for Trustee Audi? Okay, hearing none. 13.2, Education Programming Committee.
We had a meeting before this one. It was a literacy presentation from Terry Anaceto and Caitlin Weber. Nutrition discussion, and we reviewed the expenditures. We discussed the early years evaluation plan and also discussed the AI summit that was attended and what kind of changes we should be expected to see in the near future.
Super. Any questions for Trustee Anderson? Hearing none. 13.3, Public Relations Committee.
So we also had a meeting. New business, the review of the budget, discuss district swag for the Manitoba Winter Games for kids. We're going to provide thundersticks and a district logo to participants. Planning something to recognize staff during Education Week. Official dates have not been released from province yet, and planning and supplies materials have been ordered for the SDML Spring Fling Family Fun Night. And that will be either March the 31st or April the 1st.
What's
And-
a fire stick?
Thundersticks.
Two
Yeah.
plastic, you bang them.
Oh.
Noisemakers. And our next meeting, we don't have a date at this time. That's it. Yeah.
Any questions for Trustee Nicholson? Hearing none. Finance Property Committee.
The committee met today at 6 p.m. just before this board meeting, and we discussed couple of items. I can give you insurance update. So today, up to the 21st January, the last December 2025, insurance update on the fund $14.6 million, and we are expecting another $6 million from the insurer. Till today, we have the interest occurred in this account 155,000. And we discussed the Westwood School updates. I think we already give the update on our 10.2, the item number in the today's meeting. And another recommendation from the meeting, we already included into this agenda as 11.5. We already discussed the insurance interest to the towards the Westwood School pass purchase. And our next meeting is scheduled on February 24 at 6 p.m.
Any questions for Trustee Sharker? Hearing none. Other committees. We got the city liaison tomorrow here at 5. So just a reminder.
Quite a large agenda.
Tomorrow. Yeah. Surprise.
Yeah.
Here.
What time?
5.
5. Okay.
AHEC?
Our January 13th meeting was canceled, so it's been rescheduled for February 5th, 1 to 4.
Pension? No? Manitoba Games? No?
They are doing a. I have to read my phone. Sorry about this. They're doing a. What is it called? They're holding another session on Thursday, January 29th at the TRCC lobby from 5:30 to 8:30 to assist anyone with shift scheduling, record checks, uploading photos or questions. Like if you haven't done your record check, I believe that they have staff from the RCMP there to help you fill it out and to submit it right there to kind of speed up the process. So that's what they're doing Thursday.
It's good to know.
Seen a lot of kind of social media posts that they're kind of really looking for
They're really
some
pushing it?
volunteers and they're
Yeah.
asking the community to help out if at all possible.
Yeah.
There are some, like food services and those types of things don't require those checks. I know that this whole registering online with, it kind of, there are people that just aren't computer savvy enough, so hopefully that they may come out to, but they wouldn't do it online to register. I mean, I've registered myself to be a volunteer. You need to take your picture. There's a lot of questions and stuff. So if you weren't tech savvy, it would probably deter a few people.
You hear that, Paul? Yeah. Any other committees that we're forgetting?
Bargaining committee,
Yeah.
USW. Our offer was rejected, so we will be going back to the table to hopefully come up with a deal.
Okay. Any other committees? Hearing none. 14, trustee comments. Trustee Sharker, you want to lead us?
No comments?
You good? Trustee Nicholson?
Yeah, just something about Juniper. At the end of the month, there's awards, Thursday, January the 29th at 1:15.
For Ecole Riverside School, Friday, February 6th, there's choir cap from 3:30 to 6 p.m. And also the Riverside Rams Choir is going to be performing at the 2026 Manitoba Games on Monday, March 2nd.
Trustee Young?
Deerwood School, January Awards Assembly will be on Friday, January 30th at 1:05 p.m. And also, I've become part of a new Northern Trades Advisory Council. And what we're networking with business and government to find and come up with ideas and ways to get more interest in the trades in the North through education and promotion, because all of the trades are so low in getting people to come into them. So we're just putting out an invitation to any person that would have any kind of interest or ideas to get in contact with myself. Anybody's welcome to become part of the council. We're hoping to pull together some ideas, whether we can bring them into our programs at the school or open new training programs or anything like that. So there's actually quite a few people from business in town and from the government on the committee right now. I think we're about 20 some people strong. So we're hoping to get some momentum and to get some help by showing this and presenting it to the government to help get more funding for the trades programs as well.
Do you have any UCN on it?
Yes, you've got your two trades.
Okay, you got
People.
some of the tradespeople from
Yeah.
that, okay.
Yeah, are part of the program, and Grant Kruger is part of the program.
Okay.
We have Mick Slack from Artie Parker's on the program.
Beautiful.
Valet has people, Smooks.
Apprenticeship?
Yeah, apprenticeship is there,
Yeah.
yeah. Felix Spence from the government
Felix,
is part of
okay.
it, yeah, so. Jason Fraza with Comair for their, income exchange group for their people, but, so it's a large group and we wanna try and promote and get young people involved and learning the trades and just getting into business, so.
Absolutely. Excellent.
Excellent.
Vice Chair?
Yeah, I just touched some stuff on Artie Parker. The 2026 curling zones are happening Thursday and Friday. Good luck to our teams. And the full moon ceremony feast will be happening Monday, February 2nd at 6 p.m. All are welcomed.
Very nice. Trustee Anderson?
Congratulations to the Artie Parker Senior Varsity Boys Basketball Team for winning the championship in Dolphin last weekend. And Burtwood School Month-End Award Assembly is happening Thursday, January 29th at 1:15 p.m. And shout out to our alumni basketball player, Quinn Graham, for her generous donation of basketball shoes to the school for whoever needed them. And a shout out to Paul Anderson for going above and beyond as an employee and teaching our kids about broadcasting every Monday afternoon. Your hard work and dedication hasn't gone unnoticed, Paul.
They actually listen to you.
There's some, they're awesome. There are some kids that are great at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good work, Paul. Myself, for Wampanoag, 2026, the Creebie will be held this Thursday at 9 o'clock at the school. And that's about, you have a comment?
Yeah, Friday
Yeah.
I got to attend the Deerwood School Fun Fair.
Oh, very
Yes,
nice.
and as somebody who went to Deerwood School, that was like a big deal. Brian, do you remember?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like the best day of the year.
Yeah.
Myra would have remember. The whole place smelled like popcorn. It
Yeah.
was free for all. Yeah, it was like I walked in there, it was like being 11 years old all over again. It was really good. It's a lot of work and a lot of chaos, but it's fun.
It's good. Yeah, I think I went to last year's. It was good.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
Okay, awesome. 15, questions from the public about items pertaining to the agenda.
I think we each have two. I'll go first. So Jolene, the issue, we're gonna have another staff officer come up. I think we talked briefly about it. So they're gonna talk about the commission and the role of the registry at our TTA PD. And the lady's name is Andrea Sirota, and she's kind of the MTS staff officer responsible for that. So I just wanted to let you know that. And,
Oh, I thought you wanted me to get snacks for that one too.
Yeah.
I think she'll be okay. I'll let you know the time.
Okay,
once we
perfect.
have that sorted out. And my other question, and that was more of a comment, Kelly, the Westwood teacher insurance, like the teacher payouts, do we have any update on those with the Westwood school update?
At our last insurance phone call with Crawford Adjusters last Wednesday, we call every second Wednesday, we asked about the staff claims. Crawford has advised that they've reconciled all the documents that have come forward. and have forwarded the file to the insurer to review and comment and ideally submit payment on. So it is still in progress, but it is, I believe it's with Aviva now that is looking at the payments.
So, yeah, see, different markets within the hub looked after specific line items in insurance. So individual claims of lost property were handled by Aviva. Like there's literally, I don't know how many markets would be in there.
We have 13 different
yeah.
markets that we're reaching, but they haven't been forgotten. It's a very slow process, I'm finding.
Lots of review and reports.
I had two questions. My first one is, could you tell me how much that you said it was about $250,000 that we're paying First Canada or First Students?
Yes,
for the bus?
each year to run both buses, the contract.
What, can you tell me what the cost of the new bus is?
$234,000 is the purchase of the new bus. We do have in our budget, and we were anticipating the 18-month deadline that we were bumping up against. We still have to transport our students, but we don't have the insurance covering it now. So last year during our budget, we did have some surplus left, and that is set aside in the surplus line item as a transit strategy. We did not have a transportation supervisor at the time, so First Student contract was the most sanity-saving way that we could get our students
And up and running
transported.
quickly.
Yes. Since that time, we've been able to secure a transportation lead, Danny Morris, who is doing a wonderful job managing the transport. Now looking at the business case for supporting student transportation, do we want to keep putting out the contract payment, or now can we look after in-house hours? So the purchase of the bus, there's $234,000 for each bus. So the cost is more upfront, but at the end, we anticipate that we will be able to sell those buses, and anywhere between $300,000, $400,000 will recover from it. So in the end, we will not spend as much transporting our students.
And now that we have the capacity to run our own buses and our own bus drivers, I think it's just,
That changed the whole scenario. So we had identified funds already in our plan for the first student. So that's part of it. The other part was missing. We needed more funds for another bus. So the best fit was the interest earned on the insurance, and that interest earned is still going to go into Westwood School when we sell the bus. We expect we'll redistribute those proceeds back.
Thank you. And my second question was about the Canada Games, the Manitoba Winter Games. I was just wondering what schools are going to be in use for the games.
Deerwood and Artie Parker.
Yeah.
Just those two. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Riverside was identified at one point, but I don't think it's not required at this time.
Awesome. Okay, hearing no more questions. Item number 16, can I have someone move that we move in camera? Vice Chair, seconded by Trustee Sharker. All those in favor? Okay. Carried.